According to some, we're entering a time of social HR, where companies integrate social technologies into their employee life cycles. Traditional HR has had to quickly adapt to manage employees in a time of more intense and advanced use of social media. With me in studio to tell us more is Phil Lotter, founder and CEO of Pilo Software. Phil, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now, looking at the continent, up to 60% of businesses are SMEs. Now, unlike big corporates, they have tighter margins, less capital, and in a lot of cases, they're their own HR department, manager, employee, everything in that. When you have so many aspects to worry about in a business, how do you manage HR, and especially how can you utilize technology to address this?
I think that's what excites me about cloud computing and mobility and also social media, is the fact that it's actually making technology much more affordable for all companies. And for example, with Pilo Software, a module costs like $2 per user subscription per month, which is very, very low to automate your human resources within the organization. And it's true, within smaller organizations, the CEO is normally the FD, the operations manager, and also does the sales. One-man band, and he manages his employees. And by automating a lot of these, the people processes, and I'm talking about, it can be very operational, so it can be time management, leave management, making sure all your employee data is on the cloud and it's safe and it's backed up. It takes a lot of stress off the owner, and also, for example, doing performance contracts for employees.
Now let's talk about this concept of social HR. We've seen social media explode globally. It's got as big attraction in South Africa and on the rest of the continent. And I refer to your article that you wrote, how social HR is changing the way we do business. And you mentioned aspects like gamification and social recruitment. Now, where does this fit into the landscape?
Okay. So social media and new technologies have had quite a huge impact on human resources. So normally we think human resources is payroll sitting in the background and just making sure that everybody gets paid. That's not the case anymore. HR is moving much more to the foreground, where it actually adds a lot of value to business. Mm-hmm. And with social media, you can actually increase the level of engagement of employees. So, for example, with gamification, if you think about a typical way that you would play a game, is you will get a score, you might get tokens or rewards during building up your ranks. And that's what they're now building into, for example, skills development or performance management, also business processes. So if you think about performance management, I'm part of a project and we're busy delivering and I'm doing a good job and one of my colleagues give me a token or reward. So it's real time. It gives the employee satisfaction that he's doing a good job. It's also giving input into the performance contract of the employee. So gamification is making business a bit more fun.
I want to say that fun and interactive.
Yeah. So it's away with boring business processes.
The normal paperwork.
And hooray for gamification within business processes. With social recruitment, it's changed the landscape of recruitment quite radically. Previously, if you did recruitment, you would put an ad out and hope that somebody sees your ad either in a newspaper or a job site. Now what people do is they use sites like LinkedIn, Facebook. They actually go out and seek the correct type of potential candidates. Mm-hmm. So before the person even thinks about moving to another job, you can see that they've been endorsed by their peers, their work history, and so it just changes the way that you would recruit. And I think more than 58% of companies are now actually recruiting via social media. The other thing that companies are also doing is the pre-employment period. They're actually using social media to engage their employees, to create excitement about the new employment, and also during the induction, they're utilizing social media.
But social media is still quite a new concept, and some would say that there are adverse risks also to integrating. How do you mitigate the balance between making HR fun and interactive and not completely losing the plot about what HR actually is?
Okay. There is a balance. I think one needs to look at what is your HR strategy, and again, you don't need to be a big company to have an HR strategy. So you can say, what is my business strategy for the next year? What I do from people's side to support and me to achieve my business strategy, and what are the tools available? So I would say to, if you're a small company or medium company, even like large companies, look at the tools available with cloud computing and social media. So from cloud computing side, I want to develop specific skills, so let's look at what is available for career and skills development or performance management. I want to cascade my performance or my business strategy down to my organization. That you can do with performance management on cloud computing. So there's a lot of positives with the new technologies. I think risk-wise, I wouldn't go and publish my performance results unless you're like a public company on Twitter or Facebook, unless you really feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And there's also private platforms that you can utilize. So when we talk about social media, it can be in-house within the organizations, and it can be public. So there's a mixture.
What about the age factor? Technology does these days come with an age cap. The older generation, I think my mother can't do anything more than send an SMS. How do you deal with the dynamics within a company where you have an age range of, let's say, 25 to about 55? How do you make sure that everybody is affair with technology and on the same level?
Well, it's quite interesting. The silver surfers, I think, outnumber the number of younger surfers.
The digital natives.
Yeah. So older people are actually getting to it. I think that, I think that a lot of people would see, well, what's the value of me tweeting every day on Twitter? So I think you need to look at what is your business context and what do you require people to do with, for example, employee engagement. If you're a company and you, for example, launch a new strategy or a new product, you can really engage your employees through social media, and they can give you input into something that they've never had input before. So that's a huge strength for business. And I think there are age gaps and between the top management and the lower management. But if you want to attract younger talent, if you're not going to allow social media in your organization, I don't know whether a younger person would want to come and work for you.
Full Lotta, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.